all do dumb things. Sometimes when we do, we're little kids. Other times we are drunk adults. Can you tell the difference? Love your submissions. What you do is download the WRMF app. It's absolutely free in your app store right now. And then you just let us know something dumb that you did. Leave a little bit of space in the audio and then tell us if you were a little kid or a drunk adult and explain the story. We got Rob here who did something dumb. What was that, Rob?
I pulled my own tooth.
I pulled my own tooth. Okay. Little at-home dentistry.
I think I'm going to go drunk adult because it's kind of a normal thing for little kids.
To what?
When you're losing your teeth as, a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, like sometimes the kid does pull his own tooth.
I did it as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
With a butter knife.
Just went ka-ting and flicked it right out?
I wanted the tooth fairy to visit.
Huh.
That Cash is very sexy.
Cash, we were growing up in Lake Park in the 80s. It jingled.
So do you think there was a little kid or a drunk adult that pulled out their own tooth, Bird?
I think it's a drunk adult.
Drunk adult. Okay. I'll go against the grain. I'm going to say little kid. I'm going to stick with what seems normal. Rob, what were you?
I was a little kid. Technically, it was my friend. I had a loose tooth, so I tied a string to my tooth, and my friend took off on his bike, and my tooth came out.
Okay.
My friend looked back to see if it worked and didn't notice that he was headed to a telephone pole on his bike.
Uh-oh.
He hit his head and ironically knocked out his own tooth.
Well, what? Okay, well, how about that, huh?
I think a lot of families do that string thing.
Yeah.
They don't normally do it to a moving bike.
No, that was a kid doing it on his own. Yeah, I've seen that. They'll have that where they'll take the string. I've seen it with drones. They'll take a bow and arrow.
I thought I saw one where they had it strung to a fire, like a bottle rocket, and it
I can see that.
had the tooth fly out.
That
I
feels
wouldn't be surprised.
too dangerous.
As internet, Virginia.
Margaret here submitted this on the WRMF app for little kid or drunk adult. What is the dumb thing you did, Margaret?
My friend and I were really bored, and she dared me to go into the neighbor's house, and we just tried their garage door, and it was open, and we went in and just wandered around their house and pet their cat and, just looked around, and then we quickly left, and they never even knew. They weren't even home.
Huh.
You wonder how many times it's happened in your life where someone's got in your house, milled around and left.
That's horrifying.
That's crazy. That's got to be a little kid because now I don't think people would leave their house open like that. And two, I think there's too many cameras and sensors and everything else.
Everybody's got a Ring doorbell.
Yeah, so this had to be before the technology is so prevalent.
Little kid.
Little kid,
We're all saying
yeah.
little kid. What were you, Margaret?
So I was definitely a little kid, just pure innocence, following this cat that belonged to them. This is just a sign. Do not leave your door unlocked.
No, wow.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be weird if you came home and like the neighborhood kids are just hanging out in your house, petting your cat?
It would be weird to find out something was going on in your house. People are going in your house to pet your cat and to look in your fridge.
Yeah.
That is weird, and I think it happens more than you think.
Probably, yeah. I think sometimes that does. Yeah, we got the neighborhood kids, and they're always just kind of coming over, and I come out, and they're just hanging out in the house.
You're lucky if it's kids.
It's true.
You're lucky if it's not the lawn guy. Like, what? What are you doing in here?
Well, that's what happened. This one guy, he was out of town, I think, for 6 weeks, and he comes back to his house only to find that there were squatters living in his house. It's a house that he owned.
Yeah,
There
wow.
were squatters
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
That would be surreal.
It would be horrifying.
You leave from work, you go into your house, and there's 4 people in there, and they're not letting you in.
And we got Terry who sent in this submission for a little kid or drunk adult. What's the dumb thing you did, Terry?
I recited the Gettysburg Address in front of a large crowd of people with no pants.
Okay. That sounds like a drunk adult.
It's got to be an adult.
It's got to be a drunk adult.
Because I think I remember one time doing the same thing, except I sung the Star Spangled Banner.
I remember that.
Yes.
We saran wrapped you.
Naked, yeah.
And that was just fun.
Sounds very respectful.
That was like a private party.
That wasn't even for a bit.
That wasn't not for a bit.
That's got to be the early years.
It was.
That was the early years.
A long time ago.
That was early years.
It was like last week. You didn't call me?
Like, why did we do that?
Yeah, so I'm going drunk adult. Drunk adult on this. So what do you think, Virginia?
I'm hoping it's a drunk adult.
Bird?
Drunk adult.
Drunk adult. Okay, it's drunk adult. What were you, Terry?
I was a little kid.
Oh, boy.
It was a play for my first grade class about famous faces in history. I was so nervous and so focused on nailing my line that I didn't notice my pants had fallen around my ankles when I stepped forward to speak. I do remember the crowd chuckling and a slight draft across my knees. But to this day, my family calls it the De-Pantsless Proclamation.
De-Pantsless Proclamation.
That's cute.
Okay, there you go. Oh, that's a nice little innocent story.
He had undies on.
Underwear was on. Like, we didn't see his junk because that would have been a totally different incident.
It's just a little kid up there. That's the kind of stuff that goes viral now, right?
Yeah.
No, it's so cute. Kid was like trying to do his little Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, just don't do that when you're older, kid.
Yeah. No. Okay, download that WRMF app. Use the mic drop feature. It's a little microphone in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you can send us audio, not just on Little Kid or Drunk Adult. Anything that you have a comment on, you can get through to us here on the KVJ show, and we'd love to hear what you got.
It makes it easy. Like, if you don't have time to call and then wait on hold, just say what you got to say and hang up.
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.